is a very handsome 19th century monocular microscope. How long have you had it?
Well, it came into my possession about 1973, 74. I had it for a birthday present. I was expecting more modern, sort of, up-to-date model, and my dad came up with this.
So you were slightly disappointed?
At the time, yes.
Because it didn't work so well, or?
It's a little bit dim to actually look through.
Well, it is, 150 years old. And that's quite remarkable because it is still in fully working order.
Oh yes.
And the Victorians, probably this is the height of microscope manufacture. And they produced handsome instruments in wonderful lacquer brass. And this one's signed along the base here by Pilcher.
Yeah.
Now, he started in 1851 in Oxford Street. And I think there's just a date here somewhere, 1856?
Yes, that's it.
So it's going to be that decade, between 1851 and 1860 that this was made. What I find interesting about this microscope and what makes it so unusual is this weird contraption.
Yes, that's odd, isn't it?
Do you know what that's for?
No idea at all.
Right. It's called a petrological microscope, and it is specifically made to examine mineral specimens, crystals and things like that.
Yes.
And you see this rather strange shuttle effect here.
That's it.
Well, if you engage this by sort of pushing it in, you see there's a prism in the top.
Yes, I see that, yes.
So you just slot it in like that.
Push it through, yeah.
And then you look through, having adjusted all the things below, and then you look through it and focus it on your specimen. And it produces polarized light, and you can twist this as you're looking through.
Yes.
And not only does it twist here, but it twists the bottom at the same time.
That changes the angle of the light that's shining through the specimen.
Right. So if you're doing an analysis of a crystal, you can then measure that by using this system. Very rare, very unusual to a collector. Any idea of value?
I would have thought around about probably £50, something like that.
£50?
Yeah.
Well, I'd offer you £50 for it now.
Yeah.
I think at auction you'll be looking at a figure more like £1,500 to £2,000 because, it's extremely rare.
Blimey.
For every standard microscope you see hundreds of those, you see one petrological.
Great.
So a great rarity in fantastic condition.
Blimey.
By a good maker. A rather nicer present than you thought, maybe.
Yes. I didn't think it'd be worth that, though.
Good. Thank you very much.
These wonderful tobacco boxes. Most people know them as miners' tobacco boxes.
They're generally thought of as miners' tobacco boxes, but they're not restricted to miners.
Extraordinary.
The others had them, farmers or anybody. But the miner couldn't take tobacco underground to smoke.
So it'd be chewing tobacco.
That's right.
Of course.
And he'd have some twist tobacco inside the box, pull a piece out, and snap it shut, and tear a piece of twist off it
and chew
away.
Yeah. Where did you get all these from?
Oh, different antique shops and such like.
What an astonishing collection.
The first one I had, my wife's late aunt gave it to me.
Yes.
And this one.
That one?
There's a factory in Gorsainen.
Yes.
And that factory now covers Pleasant Road. So it's going back a little bit.
Well, this is a good Welsh name, David Williams, isn't
That's
it?
right, yes. Shortly afterwards, I had one from Llanelli.
Yes.
This one. And they've obviously been engraved by the same person.
They've been
they look
stamped.
identical.
Yes. These letters have been stamped in,
Yes.
which is absolutely fascinating. Look at these two. Quite interesting because I believe that these were both made by the same maker, and yet this one is a brass one and this one is a nickel one.
Well, this one I had in Llanelli.
Yes.
And this one in Kidwelly. And as you can see, they both look similar.
They do indeed. Yeah. So they're both, these three I think are by the same maker. But interestingly enough, this is brass, so this would be 10 years, maybe 20 years earlier than this one, which is of course nickel plated, so that it wouldn't tarnish.
No.
I think they're fascinating. And as far as the value is concerned, well, how many have we got here? I don't know.
There's 25 there.
25 here. Well, 25 of these, I suppose, 60, 70 pounds each, something like that. Do your maths, because I'm useless at maths.
Quite a bit.
What does that make it? That's 1,500 pounds, maybe.
I've got another 40, which are blank ones.
Another 40?
Without any inscription on.
Whew. Well, I would have thought for what you have here, plus your other 40, you've probably got a collection here worth £3,000.
Oh, good.
That's astonishing. What a surprise.